Hey everybody, Max Action here, and this is Build Something With Me. I'm so excited to have you here and on this journey with me, and I hope you are building something yourself right alongside me, using these tips and strategies to take massive action. And so today, I've got a good one for you. We're going to be talking about something extremely important, and that is fear. The big thing that holds people back, the big F. The four-letter F word, as people call it. And what is fear? Fear is just this feeling that you get. It's a feeling of uncertainty that whatever it is you're about to do or not do is going to cause massive amounts of pain. So whenever we feel fearful, we feel that when it comes to a variety of different topics. If it becomes starting a new business, we might fear that we're not going to be successful. If it comes to making a new video and publishing it on the internet, we might fear that people are going to laugh at us. If it comes to saying, I want to be a coach and focus on this full time, and maybe we're fearful that our family says, you're stupid, why would you potentially do that? And start thinking differently of us. There are millions of types of fear. Most people fear loss. There's a fear of, I might lose something and never get it back. There's even a fear of, I might completely irreparably damage my future if I do this one thing that I want to do. It's the reason that people don't have the life they want is because they're not taking action out of fear. So we're going to look at a very specific way to be able to overcome that today, because I think this is really important at this stage of the game for you as a creator, as a coach, or as someone that has a great idea and wants to take action and start living life to the fullest. Because if you're held back by fear, there's no way you're going to be able to get what you want. So let's look at it realistically. We have a 3-step process in order for you to start taking back control of your life and getting fear really to a manageable level. Now, there's a difference between actual total fear and something that's more just become anxiety. Now, actual real fear is thinking that you're getting chased by a bear. If you're getting chased by a bear, you have reason to be afraid. That sucker could tear you apart and you could die. You have fear of jumping off of a cliff because you know if you jump off a cliff, you're going to fall probably to your death depending on how high it is. If you've ever been in a car accident, you had general fear for your life. That is true, absolute, real fear because you're fearful of the situation that you're in. Now, there's also irrational fear, and it doesn't mean that you're not experiencing it. It doesn't mean that you don't feel fearful. It's just the fear is not for your survival. It might feel that way, but it's not really true. Like going up to, if you're a guy and you're going up to a pretty girl to talk to her and you just are afraid she's going to laugh in your face. Or if you are creating a new video and you're just afraid to put it online. Or you're afraid to go talk to somebody new. Or you're afraid to start a diet again because they've never worked out for you. These are irrational. There's no substance to them. If we started questioning them more and more, we realize how silly they are. If going up to somebody seems like a very scary proposition to you, you've got to ask yourself why. Maybe there was a time in the past where somebody made you feel really low or really stupid for approaching them. And then your mind associated talking to new people with very, very painful situations. So you just started to avoid it altogether. Maybe if you're like me, you posted a video online and got a really nasty, ugly comment. And it cut deep. I'm telling you, so deep that I never made a video for another 13 years. Can you imagine that? 13 years of sitting on my hands because I was too afraid that I was going to get another ugly comment. And every single time I even picked up a camera to make a video, I started feeling those feelings of anxiety, of fear, that if I made another video and put it up, somebody else would be mean to me and I would be hurt all over again. Irrational fear. The number one thing is going, will people be mean to you online just randomly? Yes. Does it affect you personally? Does it actually hurt you in any sort of way? No. It might hurt emotionally until you realize that who cares what some random person says? See, once you get to that feeling of certainty within yourself, fear can no longer thrive. And that's where we want to be. We want to be able to have that true fear that will keep us safe and keep us alive. And then the irrational fear, we want to be able to control that. Because if it controls us, then we can never move forward in our lives. And so here's a way for you to start controlling that irrational side of fear so you can become the person that you've always wanted to be. So the first step is whenever you know you're going to be confronted with fear, it's to get yourself into a powerful state. And what I mean by a powerful state is when you're fearful, you're in the opposite of a powerful state. You're in a fearful state. You're afraid. Your body language is probably caved in. You're looking for the exit at every single moment. You don't want to make eye contact with anybody because you're afraid to look at them, right? That's a fearful state. So we want to get ourselves in a powerful state. So how do we do that? We've got to stand up tall. We've got to put our shoulders back. If you want to listen to music that makes you excited and amps you up, if that's rock and roll, if it's gangster rap, whatever it is, but it helps put you into that state. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Say yes, yeah. You get excited. You change the facial gestures that you make. You change your body posture. You change what you're listening to. You change the feeling within yourself. You change the amount of air and oxygen that you take in, and you change what you're focusing on. And all of this change in your body takes you from being in a disempowered, wimpy state to an empowered, excited state, to where you can take on anything. And it's in this state that you can start making real, tangible change right now when it matters. So the first step is get yourself in an amped up, powerful state. The next step is going to be making a decision that you're going to do something right now. Until you make that decision and you say, I'm just going to keep avoiding it, you're making a decision by not making a decision. And that's going to ensure that everything in your life stays exactly as it is right now, which is not what we want. We want that change to occur, and we want it to occur quickly. And in order for it to occur quickly, we have to make a decision that we're no longer going to tolerate what's happening in our lives. You tell yourself in that amped up, energetic, empowered state, I will not tolerate this anymore. I've had enough. I'm done with it. I'm not going to stand for it anymore. And when you say that with conviction, when you make that decision that you are going to move forward with power and push all of that stuff aside, you become more powerful and you create the space to make a true change in your life. Now, step number 3 is you need to confront what you're fearful of. Whether that's a bully, whether that is your fear of making and posting content, whether that's your fear of talking to somebody else, you've got to confront it. You've got to get right in front of it in that empowered state and just utter whatever words you need to. And it doesn't matter what the outcome is. What matters is you took action and you confronted it. And what happens every single time you decide to put yourself in an empowered state, you focus on what it is you want, making a decision that you're going to do something different, and then you confront that fear head on, doing something completely different than what you've done before. You create a positive association in your head. You create a pattern. You train this new way of thinking into your mind to know no matter what happens, you're going to step forward powerfully and you're going to make the changes in your life happen rather than letting life make the decisions for you. Now, this is something I want you to try right now. So if you've got anything in your life right now that you're fearful of doing, fearful of making a video, fearful of writing a script, fearful of talking to somebody about a really important conversation that you need to have. If you're avoiding being able to be in social situations, or you're avoiding actually going and making a firm decision that's going to push you forward, make that decision right now. Confront that fear today, because until you confront what's holding you back, there's no way that life is going to change. So make that decision right now. Make it focus it on the thing that is potentially the biggest obstacle that's going to hold you back, the biggest fear that you have about your 90-day plan and your ability to be successful. So again, to recap those steps, we're going to, number one, put ourselves in an empowered state. Yes, get excited about it. And number two, get excited that we're making a decision. Life is finally going to change. We're not going to tolerate anymore the fear holding us back. And number three, we're going to confront it. We're going to take action and take the first step to stand right in front of it. Confront it for what it truly is and say, you're not going to control me any longer. And then feel the feeling of excitement of what you've just accomplished. Get excited about it. This is an exciting time. Celebrate your win. Congratulate yourself for doing it. Reinforce those positive feelings that you're feeling right now. Because this, my friends, this is what's going to move you forward in life. This is what's going to get you beyond any of those crazy fears, any of the irrational obstacles that are holding you back. Because you deserve to have more, and you will have it once you start confronting all of the fears that are holding you back that aren't anything more than just a crazy belief. I'm so excited to hear what you do about it. Write a comment. Let me know what fear you're taking on. And let me know what you think of this video on confronting fears. And I'm excited to see you in the next episode. And until then, confront those fears, push them away, and take action now.